DaVinci Resolve 21 introduces new AI tools to sort of assist our efficiency so we can be more creative. This is unlike other online services that aim at replacing or completely stealing individual creative work for their own corporate financial gain. These Blackmagic tools work offline, like an assistant. And to be honest, some are going to be more useful than others, but this video will show you where to find the tools and how to use them in your next project.
Welcome to Creative Video Tips.
The voice you just heard is from AI Speech Generator. This is built-in text-to-speech. Go to the top menu bar, Timeline, down to AI Tools, and select Speech Generator. A new window pops up where you can type in any short text to generate an audio file directly to your timeline. I'll enter "Welcome to Creative Video Tips." I could use the voice models included with DaVinci Resolve Studio, or better yet, click the voice model drop-down menu to choose a custom voice. Click Load, and then choose any short audio file of a voice that you have permission to use. I have a short 15-second clip of me reading another voiceover.
Within Photoshop, people often take channels for granted.
I'll click Open and Generate. Let's listen again.
Welcome to Creative Video Tips.
Not bad for a quick pickup line, right? Additionally, the AI Speech Generator has settings to change things like speed, a pitch, and variation. And variation is just basically how closely to match the rhythm and intonation from the reference voice sample. The new audio file is actually stored in your project media location, which is set up in the master settings under the working folders. AI Intellisearch. New in Resolve 21, Intellisearch uses machine learning to run 3 different types of searches across your entire project to help you find stuff. You can run the visual search to locate objects or people. And what this does is actually scans all the pixels of all the different frames of your footage to identify things. And there's a new transcription search, which is going to help you locate sound bites across any transcribed data in your project. And then there's the traditional metadata search. To first run Intellisearch, you first got to index the clips with what is called AI analysis. And I actually suggest you select clips you want to index to have a smaller subset to start. Then go to the top of the media pool toolbar, click the drop down to the right of the new AI analysis tool to choose the option to run on selected clips, at least to start. Now you can click on the new AI analysis button to open up the new menu. You'll see Intellisearch, the new Slate tool that I'm going to mention towards the end of this video, transcription for text-based editing, and audio classification to organize different types of audio files. To quickly analyze for only visual objects and faces, I'll turn off everything except for Intellisearch. Click Analyze, and Resolve indexes every single frame for a fast visual search afterwards. Identifying faces is actually the second step, so if you need to run the search a little bit faster or don't need that feature, you can turn it off. After everything's indexed, the Intellisearch is actually run by just clicking the familiar magnifying glass icon in the media pool, and then just type what you're looking for. But before you run the search with return, you notice you have more options. You can search only the visuals, only the transcribed audio, or the metadata, or everything. It's up to you. There's also the option to display the results as segments or full clips. Now, the segments, they act like subclips that are ready to quickly edit into your timeline. It restricts the range. You'll notice in list view, if you twirl down the arrow for my dog search, it only displays the frames that the dog is actually visible and recognized on the footage. It trims out the rest, which is going to save you time from hunting around in a long source clip. In addition, you can actually save the results of an Intellisearch into a smart bin. There's a new icon to the right of the text field. Smart bins are basically dynamic metadata-driven bins that appear at the bottom of a media pool. It's kind of like a persistent clip filter for all the clips in a project. Also in the 3-dot menu, Intellisearch has a faster and a better mode, just like a lot of stuff in DaVinci Resolve. If you feel the need for better results, you do have to reanalyze everything again in better mode, so please let me know if you try this down in the comments, because I'm actually really curious if it's worth the extra time for better results. For photos, on the new photo page, visual search is going to be extremely useful for large collections. AI CineFocus. The new AI CineFocus effect creates photorealistic lens blur. You can add the effect to a color page node by typing Shift Space, typing CineFocus to search for it and add it. Now it can take an iPhone shot where everything's in focus of my stomping grounds here in New York City to make it a little bit more premium looking. It can separate my dog from a busy background with matched colored trees, or you can emulate rack focus shots on the best video editing snack of all time. Now, are you a crunchy or a smooth peanut butter person? I'm personally partial to the blue lid. So Why do we even need another blurring tool? Well, this one handles edges better than any tool I've ever seen before. There's even a denoise and regrain tool built in, something I've talked a lot about. Let me show you how I'd set this up with an external depth map for fast timeline playback. Step 1, start with a shot where everything is in focus, or there's a deep focus. Step 2, right-click to add a new corrector node, and connect it as a branch of the source, and add the AI depth map. Then right-click and go down to Node Cache to turn Node Cache on. Also, you're going to need to go to the top playback menu bar, down to Render Cache, and select User. What this does is it renders out computational expensive AI tools directly on those nodes, things like Depth Map and CineFocus, so you can get real-time playback on just about any computer. Step 3, add the new CineFocus effect to a node after your balance nodes. Twirl down the depth map settings and choose source to be from alpha input. This will override the internal depth map, allowing you to render things out a lot faster. Now connect the green output from the rendered depth map node to the blue alpha input of the CineFocus node. Step 4, click the focus button to preview what's going to remain sharp. Adjust the distance and depth of field slider controls to taste, no pun intended. To rack focus, just click the diamond to set a start keyframe with the distance set appropriately. Then move the playhead to where you want the focus to shift to, and slide the property to get that peanut butter logo in focus. Click Result, and you're done. AI UltraSharpen. Imagine production missed focus on an all-important logo, and there's no time to do a VFX replacement or even a reshoot. Add the new AI UltraSharpen effect to a node on the color page. Adjust the sharpness amount just to taste, and then because you might only want to sharpen just the car badge, draw a quick power window around it to mask it, and then track it in just seconds, and you've potentially just saved the shot. AI Face Reshaper. The beauty, no pun intended, of the Face Reshaper is that this new tool is going to warp facial features over time without having to know a single thing about visual effects. It's loaded up on the color page under the Resolve Effects Refine set of tools. You just drag it onto a node, click to detect the faces in the frame, and then click again to track forward and backwards. It's actually really similar to other beauty tools that are in Resolve. Machine learning has identified and tracked the motion of the face. Disable the overlay checkbox to better see the adjustments. I'll adjust the face shape to make it a little bit less wide. And another classic beauty trick is to make the eyes larger. Open the eyes section and increase the eyes a bit. If I turn it off and then on a few times, it's like, dang, this is incredible. AI Blemish Removal. This new blemish removal tool is a simple effect to add on the color page to remove things like zits or even this blotch of red that's underneath my eye. It's a subtle fix, but what it does is great, and it does not appear to blur out the texture of the skin. It seems to work best within your timeline color space. AI Face Age Transformer. The Face Age Transformer is also found on the color page that uses the same face recognition machine learning to make a person appear older or even younger. After you drop the effect on a node and track it, set the person's current age, and then adjust how you want them to appear with the age offset slider. Positive numbers are going to make someone older, adding years, so this is what I'm going to look like in the future. And negative offsets can actually take a few years off the talent on screen. This one I think is going to be a lot of fun, and used in moderation is actually going to be really useful for beauty requests. AI Slate Detector. The new AI Slate tool is going to recognize when a slate appears on screen and place duration markers for you. To run the AI Slate Detector, either go to the AI Clip Analysis tool we covered in the Intellisearch chapter, or you can just right-click from the media pool, go to AI Tools, and choose Analyze for Slate. AI Motion Deblur. The new Motion Deblur feature is found on the edit page by right-clicking on a clip that needs motion blur removed, go to AI Tools, and selecting Remove Motion Blur. This is essentially a render in place type thing where you generate a new clip that removes motion blur artifacts. Now, personally, I see this as really useful when you're asked to pull a still from moving footage that has that 180-degree motion blur in it. So if you've ever had to hunt for that sharp frame, and it doesn't exist because we shot with video, you know what I mean. I have to say, at this point, I haven't found a great example for this feature yet, but I'm excited to see how the tool develops in this public beta. Last, but certainly not least, AI Magic Mask can now be saved. Blackmagic Design has saved Magic Mask on the color page. So after you run Magic Mask, in the 3-dot options menu, choose Render Magic Mask in Place. After that's done, you're never going to have to retrack Magic Mask again because it made a ProRes file and it attached it for you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chadwick, and be sure to watch the other videos that I have that dive into the brand new DaVinci Resolve 21 quality of life updates, my favorite, and the new photo page.